You've been listening to Free Speech Radio News. I'm Aura Bogado.
Well, Aura and the gang came to you on recording on listener-sponsored Wbai in New York City, which this is. And in just a minute and a half, it'll be time for Radio Unnameable. Remember that? Last Thursday at this time, Radio Unnameable. I was listening. I hope you were, because we were talking about a few things then that we might continue talking about now. I expect, by the way, that I'll be joined by John Kruth, Peter Stampfel, and, well, there's a possibility that one of the greatest stand-up bass players in rock and roll will be here. Maybe not. Anyway, it has been a week. Anyway, I guess this is it. This is the beginning. It's midnight. Time for Radio Unnameable. My name's Bob Fass. Bill Propp is still on the sick list. And let's put a little energy out to pull him through, as it was done for Fred Geowold this week. Fred has what I consider one of the most demanding, challenging jobs in the entire station. At one point, when I was picking people for various jobs around here, I picked someone and said, but you're not the switchboard operator, you're the communications director. Because, of course, that was what she did. She directed the communications from the listeners to the proper recipient. And she did quite a job, actually, quite a job. And so did Fred. He was always overcome with telephone calls, and he tried to field them with as much care as he could. I remember lots of times waiting on hold for what seemed like days. And he would call back, and we'd pick up the phone and say, they're still busy. Would you like me to put you into their voicemail? And I said, no, Fred, I'll just sit here and read while I wait. And that's what I did. So he really helped my education. The telephones at WBAI gave me a lot of great moments of literature. You wouldn't think that a telephone could do something like that. And I had the privilege and great fortune this week to actually go to the Beacon Theater to hear Bob Dylan. What a show. What a night. The theater was packed. It wasn't packed so much for the first couple of acts, even though David's the author of a number of huge hits. And Amos Lee, who opened, really has a wonderful voice, really flexible and good. But the theater was not full for the first two acts. After about 20 minutes or so, people began to come in and try to take some of the empty seats. And the usher said, "But the show is sold out. The seats will fill up later. You can't take empty seats in a sold-out house." And the people were very, docile. And actually, it's become kind of conventional to say that there were a lot of young people at Dylan concerts, but I saw a lot of, real geezers like me. So, it's not exactly the epitome of a Lawrence Welk crowd. It's, it's a kind of a big cross-section of the United States. Somebody told me that there was a big SUV barreling up 26th Street sometime this afternoon. And there was all of the windows were down and the radio was up real loud, big, powerful radio in a big, powerful SUV, and it was blaring out Dylan's harmonica music. So, I think somehow Dylan has a following and a feeling, a spirit in New York of like the home team, I guess. I want to say something about the fundraising event, or the fundraiser, as we originally called it, at the Sidewalk Cafe. In a word, wow. I mean, so much good feeling in one packed, tight room. People were spilling over onto the sidewalk. You could not move in the club. People were turned away. And, I saw stars of rock and roll kind of hanging around outside. I saw East Village prominent citizens like Gringo Loco. They were hanging around outside, just like amazed at the number of people that turned out. And this is an event that was really only promoted after midnight on WBAI. Maybe we should do some more of them. And I especially want to thank Latch and the people at the Sidewalk Cafe, the musicians and the artists who performed. It was a wonderful show. And we're definitely going to do something like it again. There is so much talent down there. And I don't know whether we'll do it there or whether we'll try to find a bigger place, or maybe use the upstairs and the downstairs. We could put some TV monitors in or something, and really barred the place with the show downstairs. And it was just such a warm feeling of support from the people who were there. It was great. I mean, all listeners. And amazed. Some of them looked as though they hadn't been outside in a couple of years, you know. They found themselves in the midst of a friendly crowd. And it had a big impact on their, what do you call it? I know it had a big impact on my what do you call it. My what do you call it hasn't been the same since. So, no matter what you call it, 212-209-2900 is the number you call to talk on WBAI. You must have something to say about the president's press agentry for his plan to steal the money from the widows and the orphans. What a guy. I mean, what did we do to deserve that guy? Did you vote for him? I know I didn't. I bet nobody voted for him. I bet the whole thing is a bad dream. Do you think? Anyway, we should have some good music this morning. And, hey, we probably will.
Okay. I understood that John Kruth was going to be there tonight. Is he there?
Well, not yet. That's his music playing underneath us, but he's supposed to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the way because I'm looking forward to hearing John Kruth and Peter Stampfel is going to come too, right?
That's what I hope. That's what I hope. That's what I believe. That's what I trust.
Oh, he'll be there.
That's what I anticipate.
Yes, he'll be there, and it will be a wonderful thing when he's there.
Who is this?
My name is Paul.
Paul Kruth, no doubt.
No. No, but I am a friend. I must admit, I'm biased, but just a friend, a fan. How about that?
Well,
more fan.
Buy us a Bottle Caps record because I can't find mine.
Okay. All right.
Bye. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yay. Hi, it's Aaron K.
Hey, it was a nice get-together last week.
That's right. Thank you for coming.
Camaraderie. It was a big generational mix. Younger people, older listeners I haven't seen for quite a while, all come together in the same roof. To share your trip, Bob, and to share WBAI.
Well, it was a great show, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The musicians really, we raised some money, but it was really because of the musicians, because they donated the tips that they would have gotten normally to WBAI.
Yeah, the musicians felt that it was time for them to share it, you know? It was time to share. That the station needs the money right now, because they could always get the money some other way, the musicians.
Well, it isn't that easy.
It isn't so easy.
It isn't as easy as throwing pies, Aaron.
Hey, regarding pieing, there's been lots of the cavalcade of pies, the likes of William Crystal, Pat Buchanan, and David Horowitz all got it. There's supposed to be an article coming up in the LA Times later in the week about it, about pieing. And for some of the other listeners, next week, next Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. from Broadway and Houston, the Million Marijuana March. The Battery Park. You know, the smoking, the pot rally's been going on for many a year. You know what I mean? And we've been putting up with a lot of crap with the LAPD. And also, there's supposed to be a free speech rally tomorrow.
LAPD outside of New York.
LAPD and NYPD. You know what? Because NYPD is like LAPD in a lot of ways, the mentality.
Good recovery, Aaron.
But here's yes, I call it the Los Angelesization of the NYPD. Because under Beam and Koch, to some extent, we got away with a lot more than you can get away with now. But the thing is, regarding the free speech rally at Union Square at 5:30, it's got to do with the bike riders, because Time's Up is being sued by Bloomberg and Company. There's an injunction against them advertising critical mass bike rallies. Do you know about that?
That's not right.
I know Norman Siegel's supposed to be there. Other free speech advocates are supposed to be there at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon. You know, and the thing is, you know, first you're going to say you can't say this, you can't talk about that. They put the boot on the First Amendment. It's going to go on and on and on. You know, Bloomberg acting for his stupid business interests. They can't handle a bunch of people having a nonviolent bike rally. How about the old bike-a-thons for cerebral palsy and all the other stuff they had at Central Park? There's only a peace bike-a-thon. That's what it really is, a critical mass. And they don't get the picture. Bloomberg and the NYPD.
You ride a bike, Aaron?
I used to.
Might be good for you to start up again.
I know I'm too damn heavy, but...
Well, you know, get yourself an exercise bike somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
You have some people who have your best interests at heart.
Well, if anybody has one they want to do something about it, they can find me. Go to my website, pieman.org, and find my email there.
Okay.
By the time a Greyhound pulled into Boston, the rain had turned to snow. By the time I got no answer, I had nowhere left to go. I stumbled down the alleyways, led by the fates alone. Then I stumbled on a cafe called the Sword in the Stone. She was writing in the corner, a candle, an empty chair, with freckles from across the ocean and strawberry blonde hair. She said, I am the lady of the lake, though frozen that lake might be, and I can't help a knight who undertakes a quest chosen by lottery. Outside the wind was blowing, the snow against the hour. Outside the army's in motion, and the poets had lost their power. Inside the magic of Merlin and the lady of the lake. Put the sword back in the stone in 1968. I had a brother, I have a brother no more. Of all things rent asunder by this dirty little war. rabbit chased by greyhounds from here to distant shores. I find I am finally brought to bay in this land of troubadours. Outside the wind was blowing, the snow against the hour. Outside the army's in motion, and the poets had lost their power to call the magic of Merlin and the Lady of the Lake, to put the sword back in the stone in 1968. I said the candle frames your beauty. She blew that candle out. She said, don't be doing anything if you do it out of doubt. And with freckles from across the ocean and strawberry blonde hair, she led me upstairs and showed me why I could not go over there. Outside the wind was blowing, the snow against the hour. Outside the army's in motion, and the poets had lost their power to call the magic of Merlin and the Lady of the Lake, to put the sword back in the stone in 1968.
You're on the air.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
Okay, how are you? Who's this?
I'm good. It's Gringo Loco.
Hey. Saw you the other night.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say a few things. People should check out The Villager. There's some really great photos of Thule and my new friend, Steve Ben Israel. When you go to Bob Fass's shows, you make new friends.
Steve didn't like having his picture taken.
Well, he's in The Villager, so... So if people want to check it out, they could go on the web. It's in the latest issue of The Villager.
Yeah. Steve called me tonight to invite me to go to Brooklyn to hear Frederick Shevsky, who's doing something there. He's one of his rare appearances in New York. Shevsky's like, I don't know, but it's not a good metaphor, but he's like the Picasso of the piano.
Well, it's very fascinating listening to Steve talk about the radical history of the Lower East Side, because he really knows, you know, the ins and outs of all the little details of that history, you know. And, you know, the one thing I really enjoyed about that benefit was that there were various people on various sides of the BAI war, and they were all civil to each other, which I was very happy to see that, you know. I think that... I think
it's something they put in the drinks there.
I don't know what it was, but I was really happy to see that there was no, people might have been having their own little comments behind other people's backs, but then to each other they were very civil, and I was really happy to see that. I think that hopefully we'll get back to that place one day where, you know, what we lost over this kind of bickering that's been going on with BAI, and people will kind of forget about it and get back together again. Right now we need it more than ever. Instead of being divided, we need to be together. So that was one of the things I liked about the benefit.
Well, you're saying that is one of the things I like about you, John.
Well, hey, I can be my own faction bickerer at times, but I generally like forgive and forget really fast. So anyway, I think you need to do more of those. That was really good. Maybe do it, monthly basis or something, you know. You have no problem getting tons of people that would like to perform at those things.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a great idea. We need lots of places to do it in. You know, my fantasy is that there would be some night where there would be places all over New York City, clubs who were doing that for the late night programs, the BAI programs.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or even a much bigger place where you could get in a lot more people. I get claustrophobic in big packed houses like that, and that's why I was out front a lot, because I get kind of a little claustrophobic. Since I was in federal prison, I can't take packed rooms all that well anymore.
Well,
did you listen to the CD I gave you? The Mata Shahu?
Oh, yes.
Isn't that guy great?
That guy is wonderful. I've sort of been playing it all week at home, but I didn't bring it. I really liked it very much.
Yeah, he's getting big, so, he's selling out his shows, and he was on late night TV already, so people should check him out. He's very good. And if you want to do another one, maybe at the end have some DJ and a little dancing, then I'd be happy to do that for you. So.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, let's see if we can put something together.
All right, John.
Maybe right around after the Howl Festival or something.
Very good.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. You're on the air?
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
I was the naked guy. I didn't want to say my name, but I was there.
You were the guy who was hiding in plain sight naked.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't want to say hi, I'm Jeff, but that streaker that kept running by naked, that was me. Okay. Now you know. Now everybody knows that was Jeff and his little pow. Okay, listen. Yeah, we should not hope for many of these for all eternity. How about let's just go for number 2, right? In other words, if we think too large, it doesn't happen at all. So I'm thinking, hey, let's just think about event number 2. You're saying it's a problem finding spaces, Bob?
Well, I'm waiting to be offered.
Okay.
I mean, we actually, Latch said that we could do another one at that club again soon. That would be good. Okay.
We're soon. I'm gonna keep the fire underneath you guys on that one, and I'm gonna make the next one, babe. Whether or not George takes my picture, I'm gonna be there. Okay. All right.
All right.
Next thing, Bob.
Yeah.
Last night we had the Revolutionary Communist Party people on WBAI. They haven't been on for like 40 years.
Yeah.
And I'm now asking you to have a serious conversation. I mean, like, in other words, communism, the way it's happened in the world so far, not so good. The idea of communism, not so bad. Or, in other words, can we separate the trashing of the way it's happened so far in history from the way we'd still like to see it happen? Or is the word communism something that, as an anarchist, like, I can't even get you to, can engage in, or can we parse out the differences?
Ed Sanders calls communism forced sharing.
Okay.
How do you like that?
I see the hair splitting is beginning.
Well, think about that. Is it?
No, that's terrible. No, if it's forced, then it's obviously a bad thing. Right. So anarchism is not forced sharing. Anarchism is sharing out of free will. So we're starting off with that distinction. Fine, but let's have a utopian anarchism discussion as opposed to just there were some callers. They called in and they talked about Pol Pot murdering people and other communists murdering, and great. So we have the cynical people of the world calling in. See, Jeff is now saying, let's not be cynical.
Here's the problem, Jeff. As I see it, people begin as idealists, and then they become what they think of as realists.
Okay.
And the most important reality to any politician is staying in power, winning the next election. Okay. And what happens is management becomes less important than stability.
You mean management or the bureaucracy?
Yeah, with proper distribution of resources, it's a bad problem. I've seen it happen a lot.
Even on small micro levels.
But what went wrong with communism was, bad management. Bad management.
I hear that guitar tuning up.
You do? It's a banjo. Well...
Last thing I was going to say was, I forgot. Okay, Bob. Thanks, man.
Hey, thank you. That's so thrilling in a way. To know that something is about to happen. That sound. I used to go to concerts when I was a kid, and the thing that I loved most, no matter what was on the program, was the sound of the musicians tuning up, ready to begin, getting in sync with each other. Everybody, humming together to make sure that what they were going to do was on the same planet. And here, wow. I'm going to wait, Peter, if you put on those earphones, you'll be able to hear the balance pretty much. Hook it behind the neck of your banjo. So, I put it on the other side of that. And you know what I mean? Yeah. Good idea. And then it might not be in your way. But, Peter Stampfel, welcome. Welcome. I'm so happy and proud that you're on Radio Unnameable this morning.
I'm delighted to be here.
Who are these other dacoits with you?
To my direct left is John Kruth.
Hey.
John Kruth.
Good morning.
Rhymes with truth.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. To his direct left is Dave Drywitz.
Dave Drywitz. A ween. Yay.
Oh, that's Bob Fass. He knows.
No, John told me.
Oh, we got banjos and mandolins and guitars.
Banjos, jolly banjos. We've got banjos. Okay, all the banjos are in tune.
How's that guitar?
Let's see, let me just get this over here. Gently lay the banjo down.
We were all proud that we didn't know how to find Wall Street.
I knew it was down here.
Well, you've been here before.
Yes, we have, and I totally forgot that it was on Wall Street and where Wall Street. My brain gets more Swiss cheesified as the years pass. Cheesified, ever more Swiss cheesified.
Yeah.
Swissier.
This is the best part of it.
It'll be all downhill afterwards.
I remember one time you came up and you spent the whole evening just doing that.
Tuning? Oh, it's possible. It could happen. Don't inspire me.
Oh, that was before they had these tuners, these wonderful things. You buy them, and then they sit in front of you with their lights and their little needles going back and forth, and when the needle's straight up and the two lights are shining, you really know that you've arrived. All right.
Shall we start off with something patriotic?
We can do that.
Yeah, let's start.
Well, maybe start with that's more beatific.
Whatever you like.
Well, actually, I said, I could tune the fiddle before I play the fiddle.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
And then tune the mandolin before I play the mandolin tune. Right now, I've only got the banjo and the guitar in tune.
This is in tune.
Oh, it's in tune?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. When did that happen?
I just tuned it.
Oh, wow. Sneaky, aren't you?
It's just like you're right here with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, you want to do White Man's World since it's right in front of me?
Sure. After all, it is.
It is a white man's world.
Funny crap.
No lie.
Oh, I got a harmonica.
Right. Let me just crack a Red Bull here just after midnight.
No commercials, please. You notice he didn't bring one for you or me or Bob.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
You didn't even want any coffee.
I'm compelled to tell you that alcoholic beverages are a no-no in a broadcast.
It's an energy drink, an unalcoholic energy drink. Even a child could
get off on it. Hit it, Peter.
Right. Well, it's a white man's world. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a white man's world. Wherever you go, great to be white in a white man's world. Oh, it's a white man's world. La, 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 la. It's a white man's world. I'm happy to be a white man like me. Wah, 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 white man got more money. Wah, 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 white man got more guns. Wah, 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 white man got more lawyers. White men, yeah, are the whitest ones. So it's a white man's world. Don't forget, it's a white man's world. You can bet it's great to be white in a white man's world. I'll play it. A white man's world, Junior got it, that's how it stays, a white man's world. So it's a white man's world, QED is a white man's world, yes sirree, I'm happy to be a white man like me. Wah, wah, white man got more condos, wah, 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 white man got more yachts. Wah, 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 white man got more doormen. White man, yeah, we call our shots. So it's a white man's world. Don't forget, it's a white man's world. You can bet it's great to be white in a white man's world. Oh, yeah, it's great to be white in a white man's world. It is, you know.
Bob is speechless.
It really is.
He's speechless, I can see.
And then I wrote...
He's speechless. Look,
he doesn't get... Gee, you know it's next year?
Oh, God. Okay.
Your favorite.
The puppy song.
We have a dog. We have a dog since January, 8th of January, since Battle of New Orleans Day. My wife really wanted a dog, and the kids wanted a dog, and we have a dog.
Bob is speechless again.
There's a puppy in our house. There's a puppy in our house. And I bitch and moan and grouse. There's a puppy in our house. Oh, wait, wrong key. It's D.
Oh.
D. There's a puppy in our house. There's a puppy in our house. And I bitch and moan and grouse. 'Cause there's a puppy in our house. But I love her and she's great. But I love her and she's great. She just peed inside her crate. But I love her and she's great. She's an eensy weensy cutie pootie sweetie weedy puppy. She's a yummy wummy snooky wookie silly cookie puppy. She's a perky worky puppy wuppy guppy of a puppy. And we got a little puppy in our house. Got a puppy, ain't you heard? Got a puppy, ain't you heard? She just ate another turd. Got a puppy, ain't you heard? It's so cute, what puppies do. Cute and sweet, what puppies do. In the street she gobbles spew. It's so cute, what puppies do. She's a oopy, poopy, poopy, whoopy, peepy, leapy puppy. She's a cuddly, wuddly, coochie, woochie, teeny, weeny puppy. She's a humpy, muppy, nuppy, puppy, interrupty puppy, and we got a little puppy in a house. Ow! Magnifico! Hop by yourself! Mysterious and strange. She's mysterious and strange. Wonder where she got the mange. She's mysterious and strange. Time to walk her, gotta go. Time to walk her, gotta go. Glad it isn't 10 below. Time to walk her, gotta go. She's a yippy, nippy, bouncy, wouncy, snarky, warky puppy. She's a bitey, whitey, barky, warky, licky, icky cuppy. She's a ruppy, suppy, tuppy, fluffy, whoopy little puppy. And we got a little puppy in our house. That wasn't so bad, was it?
If the ASPCA calls, we'll know.
You're on the air.
Hi, yeah, this is Cloudy.
Oh.
Although I'm not a communist, I certainly have no use for the sectarian parties. I would say the point about forced sharing is a little bit, I don't know whether you're talking about communism, a small c, or statism, but even a tax, a property tax to pay for the schools or taxes to pay for, solar and wind energy is forced sharing. So it's sort of like if you talk about national health insurance that's paid for by a progressive tax, that's from each according to their abilities, each according to their needs. A lot of these ideas...
I'm for that. I think that's good. You're on the radio.
What's your puppy's name?
Stella.
Thank you.
Shall we play another one? I got one here. When I was growing up, I mostly watched Channel 11. Channel 9 and Channel 11, because they had all the old screwy shows. It turned out as my mom got older, that's where she wanted to be. She just wanted to go to Channel 11. So here's one from Mom. 1, 2, 3, 2.
See. Right.
1, 2, 3, 2.
Got too rough, she had enough. Said, take me to Channel 11. Well, her kids were all disappointment. Every day was a fly in the ointment. So she locked the door, couldn't stand it anymore. Said, take me to Channel 11. In her favorite chair, with a bowl of ice cream, nothing to say and nothing to dream. Tired and scared of the world that she's in, the friends have all passed away. Now she don't care if it's night or day.
cry. Take me to Channel 11. A Channel 11, now I'm having fun. Channel 11, just a click double one. Channel 11, my brain's going numb. Take me to Channel 11. Now that's Mom's idea of heaven.
We don't have any more moms.
No.
Actually, did you have a mom?
Yeah, Dave's got a mom.
No, hey.
She plays the tuba.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mom, if she's listening, hi, Mom.
Glad you're still playing the tuba.
She's the one of the most well-known Dixieland jazz tuba players. She and my dad were actually in Woody Allen's band for many years.
Your Papa.
Papa. That's right.
Whoa. What we got?
Tuma.
Want that? Sure.
Shall we do the T song?
Let's do the T song.
A song by Michael Hurley. I think he's over in...
he's overseas.
Ireland right now, I think, over that way. What are you playing on that one? Are you playing the mandolin?
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, you dropped your comb again.
Oh, jeez.
You know, you got to have your hair perfect before you start singing a Michael Hurley song.
Really? Where's the mandolin?
He's lucky he's still got something to comb. I got a beard. I could comb it with it. There you go. What was I playing? I was playing banjo.
Yeah.
All right.
You want my banjo?
Well, I got one right here, even though I like yours better.
Here.
Okay.
You're on the air.
Ms. Gibson. Speak. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, my tube is stuck in my ass.
Oh, I thought you looked familiar.
I mean, he wasn't just happy to see you.
Oh, this is a great song. So put on the pot.
Put on the tea and let the kettle brew. Six cups, not just one or two. I don't care that she left me. Just so long as the cupboard's full of tea. My nerves are shaking and my heart is breaking. Just because of all the tea I've taken. Conjure up a leprechaun, dance upon the street.
I thought I heard somebody pass my gate. Concentrated in the tea. He once was human, even as you or me. Oh. But the poor Buddha got turned to stone. That is why I take my tea along.
The Werewolf is another early song, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little too much like that one to do so soon afterwards.
We haven't worked it out.
I haven't played that one for a few years.
I'll never forget it.
Oh, how can you?
I don't know.
It's just a classic.
Do you know the story of the werewolf and how it got written? Well, Robin Ramaley and Michael Hurley were at a party. They came to play in New York, and afterwards they went to somebody's house and they played music, and Hurley suddenly made up the whole song, just blang right there and sang the whole thing. And the next morning, Robin said to him, "Remember that song you wrote about the werewolf?" And Hurley said, "Yeah." "Remember any of the words?" "No." "Well, I wrote them all down." And because of Robin's actually being on the spot there, that song is not is with us still, not lost.
But you don't remember it.
Pardon?
But you don't remember it.
Yeah, we'll just make it. You want to do a Townes song?
Sure.
I'm working on a book about Townes Van Zandt. Been working on it for a few years. And we like to cover a song once in a while by Townes. Just came back from Nashville. Stayed at his house. Kind of a spooky thing. And this song's called Still Looking for You. Which we're kind of... Oh, we're in D, that's right.
We're in D, we changed the key.
Tried a fast living, slow suicide, plenty running and a place to hide, looking for you. And my friends, they all agree, there ain't many a fool like me. I just tell them, go wait and see, go looking for you. Looking low, far and looking wide, I'm trying to tell myself that
shadow of the darkest night, right to the edge of the sweet sunshine. I'm a-looking till I make you mine, just looking for you. And when the curtain tumbles down, I'll be somewhere hanging around, with my heart laid on the ground, looking for you. Looking low and looking high, looking afar and looking wide, trying to tell myself that I'm fine, but it just ain't true. No, it just ain't true. I'm a-looking for you. I'm a-looking for you. Looking low and looking high, looking afar and looking wide, I'm trying to tell myself that I tried, but it just ain't true. No, it just ain't true. Babe, I'm looking for you. Woo! I'm a-looking for you. I'm a-looking for you. I keep a-looking for you. I'm a-looking for you. Rocking the house in the name of Townes Van Zandt. Hey, you knew Townes, right? He stopped by once or twice.
Well, I can't say I knew him, but I've seen him and I admired him.
Hell of a songwriter, man.
Yeah.
Wild guy. A lot of great stories. In
and they're all going to be in your book,
yeah,
huh?
Rain on a Conga Drum is what it's called.
Uh-huh. Good title.
Yeah, from To Lives to Fly, one of his fine songs.
You want to try Be Sad?
Oh, yeah. Now, what did you play on that?
On guitar.
Okay, here you go.
Here's a song I got in a dream.
Yeah,
oh.
One of them. Because I never would write a song.
Hey, you got a mandolin over there?
Oh, yeah. Sure do. Funny you should ask.
There you go. Great.
Be sad for the poor old singing cowboys. Be sad for the poor stuffed horsey too. Be sad for the kids that watch their movies. They don't have fun the way they used to do. Be sad for the long gone Studebaker. Be sad for the dying Greyhound bus. Be sad for every song that didn't last too long. And baby, be sad for us. You be sad for the city of Detroit. Be sad for old Chernobyl too. Be sad for the little kids in Brooklyn. They don't have fun the way they used to do. Be sad for each long gone merry-go-round. And won't be coming around here anymore. Be sad for every Here's a sad lament for the things that went when they won't come back no more. Just a sad, sad song for the long, long gone from the bygone days of yore. Be sad that our greedy corporations didn't spend a lot more dough on R&D. Be sad their fixation on fast profits gonna dump them in a dump of history. Be sad for the poor declining dollar. Each passing month it gets a little worse. Be sad for every song that didn't last too long. And be sad for us. Be sad for the stuff that's in the water. Be sad for the stuff that's in the air. Be sad for the homeless in Chicago. Be sad for the homeless everywhere. Be sad that the money that could fix the whole damn world goes to some weapons building bag of rank, ripe puss. Be sad for every song that didn't last too long. And baby, be sad for us. Yeah, baby, be sad for us. Here's a sad lament for the things that went when they won't come back no more.
Indeed.
And this is WBAI in New York City. One of the reasons to struggle against sadness.
One of the reasons to be sad.
Certainly it is, often enough.
Actually, when I started listening to BAI in 62, there was this. You remember Veronica Lake, the actress?
Sure.
Yeah.
With a peekaboo bang.
Peekaboo bangs, which she had to cut off because other women were emulating her and getting
falling in the machines.
Right, getting her hair caught in the machinery, and so they had made her cut her hair. And anyway, this friend of mine was saying with her daughter, with Veronica Lake's daughter, who used to listen to WBAI all day long and cry about the sad stuff that was. I guess it was sadder. There were a lot of lamentary, and she would listen to BAI and cry all day long.
Yeah, she was a lake that began just as a puddle and filled with tears. And
exactly.
Became a lake.
It's poetry.
You're on the radio.
Peter, Bob, good friends. I remember hearing Peter like 5 or 10, maybe 10 years ago on Bob's show, was it? When were we last on Bob's show?
Actually, about a year ago.
Right.
Well, before that.
You were singing the 100 songs of the 20th century.
Right.
Just a year ago?
Maybe,
the last time.
Roughly.
Are you the man, the Wolfways? Is that also you?
The what?
Wolfways is Michael Hurley.
That's Hurley.
Michael Hurley. Am I mixing up Stampfel and Hurley? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
I love you both.
Okay.
I love your stuff so much, man.
Thank you.
And I don't know why I got you guys confused there. Maybe I was singing with the show from a year ago, and I didn't have a tape, but tonight
Peter has done a definitive version of that the Hurley catalog.
Right.
All of them. And actually, Hurley and Steve Weber, my old partner, and Robin Romali were all friends who met in their junior year of high school, about 1959, I guess, in Bucks County. And I met Weber in 63 and met Hurley and Robin subsequently.
Oh, so you're not strangers at all?
So we've actually been hooked up for over 40 years now.
But you were never on the show with her like 5 years ago?
No.
Right. Remember that show, Bob?
As though it were 5 years ago.
I love it, guys. It's beautiful music, guys. Thanks a lot. So emotional. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're ready for Banjolina, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is one of the most, an instrument from the 1920s, one of the most remarkable musical structures ever conceived of.
And this is Eric von Schmitzel Banjo Bob. So,
Really?
we got a lot of hoodoo happening.
Mucho hoodoo.
Mucho hoodoo.
1, 2, 3, 4.
together there by the end.
Oh, yes, yes. Banjolina, darling.